In Nigeria's capital, heads of anti-narcotic agencies have met to find new ways of combating drug abuse and trafficking of illicit substances. There are concerns that now more than ever, people below 35 years of age are caught in the web of drug abuse, while trafficking syndicates have gotten even more sophisticated. Sifon Isien reports.
Heads of anti-narcotic agencies converge in Abuja for a meeting to strengthen collaboration in the fight against drug abuse and trafficking. Being the 31st in the series, the meeting is concerned more people below 35 years old are doing drugs.
Young people are using more drugs than previous generations, and the majority of people being treated for drug use disorders in Africa are under the young age of 35.
More worrisome is the link between drug abuse and a surge in crime rates.
Drug trafficking and illicit drug production are causing significant damage to the people, the economy, and the environment. The illicit drug economy fuels insecurity.
To curb the trend, Nigeria's vice president, who represented the president, advocates that priority should be given to prevention and treatment while scaling up action against drug syndicates.
Our strength has always been our proactive actions to prevent any individual or group from turning our countries into a minefield of drug trafficking. So we must prioritize prevention, education, and rehabilitation to empower our youth with knowledge and opportunities.
The meeting is expected to decide on stronger actions to be taken in curbing the menace of drug abuse and trafficking globally. Sifon Isien, TVC News, Abuja.
For more on the fight against drug abuse, President Select Initiatives and anti-drug advocate Sani Irapo joins me now on the news. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 1. I'm curious, how disturbed are you really about the reality that more than ever we have a big drug problem on our hands?
Well, as a Nigerian, I'm very much disturbed about the current situation of drug abuse. In every country, particularly developing country like ours, you need the youth population to exert their energies in the right direction so that they can be able to contribute to the growth and development of the country in terms of growing the domestic product, the GDP. That in our case, the young people supposed to be in this space contributing to this developmental project, they are being taken aback by drugs and substances, which is very worrisome for me as a person who have been in the space of advocacy for over a decade now. In a situation where you see young people between the age brackets of 15 to 35, according to the UNODC, they said 18 to 39. But in our own case, we've seen young people that are 15 years, a boy of 9, a boy of 12, smoking marijuana. And these are the group of young people that should contribute to the growth of a country. And according to the Psychiatric Association of Nigeria, they make a presentation that the 85% of lunatic mad people in Nigeria are age bracket between 18 and 38. I ask you very frankly, are these not the young generation that should be contributing their quota to the growth and development of a country such as ours? My answer is yes.
And then how do we change the trend? How do we change the system the way it currently is?
Well, for we to change the system, thank God that this present administration under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has already declared support to change the narrative. We must imbibe a culture of education. We must therefore develop a novel approach, a non-conventional approach that will help us to tackle this problem. You see, ignorance, they say, can only be cured at the school of knowledge. Our people are wallowing on ignorance. And how do you cure this ignorance? is through the power of information. And this power of information can come through sensitization, can come through education, just as the Vice President has mentioned. We need this information to be put at the public stage. As I speak with you today, I can tell you very frankly that we are very, very economical with the information. And when this information is not available, what happens? Destruction will take place. And young people right now, they are in that verge of destruction. And we cannot afford to breed generation of drug addicts. We cannot afford to produce invalid and mentally derailed individuals, because these are the demography that will contribute to this country.
Absolutely.
So if we must...
Absolutely. And the president, through his vice, has actually mentioned the fact that we need to prioritize prevention on one hand and then education on another hand. I'd like to get a view about your level of optimism about Nigeria and the plan to actually have the world forge a synergy to tackle drug abuse. Nigeria has just hosted heads of anti-narcotics agency. How optimistic are you about the recommendations they're coming up with?
Well, for me, it is a very pragmatic approach that under the Brigadier General Buba Marwan-led administration have adopted. Let me tell you, if we must tackle the issue of drug abuse, we must therefore call for collaboration. We must therefore call for effective partnership. Effective partnership is very, very important and most critical in addressing this issue. If the Brigadier General Buba Marwan-led administration have keyed into the realm of partnership, is a welcome development, because there is no way a single finger can remove lice from the hair. You need two fingers to remove lice from the hair. The same thing we are saying, that partnerships and collaboration will help us to get the right result. Because the issue of drug abuse, it is multifactorial. The approach nowadays, it is very technologically advanced. So you need a lot of approach to deal with this issue. And as I speak with you today, and I want the president of this nation, who has already demonstrated this capacity, we are calling on him to demonstrate the political will, because that is what is needed, and the needed resources to match this development. Let me tell you, it is multi-billion-dollar industry. And if you must tackle a multi-billion-dollar industry, you don't need to approach thousands. So I'm telling the president of this country, who is a talent hunter and talent placer, to prioritize the affairs of young people by creating jobs opportunities, by ensuring that they develop the right approach, the various models, talking about the asset-based model, the drug replacement model, the psychosocial model, and the drug demand reduction approach.
Your suggestions are duly noted, Mr. Irakpo. Your suggestions are duly noted. And you'll agree that, just as you have inferred, Nigeria has recorded quite a huge success in recent time in this fight against drug abuse. Sani Irakpo is president, Select Initiative. He's an anti-drug advocate. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much for having me.